Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and I am bringing you some more Battlefield 3, and this is a different gameplay for me. This is a different experience for the most part. I'm going to be playing with this Abrams the whole time, and that's not something that I do very often because I don't feel very comfortable with tanks. I mean, I have, what do I got up here? All the way up to reactive armor. I think the last thing I need to unlock is the CTIV station. But for me, I don't feel very comfortable in the tank, driving the tank. I'll play as a gunner. I'll play as a gunner all day long. But driving the tank is one of those things where there's too many axes to control at the same time because you got to move the turret, and the turret goes up and down. You know, you can traverse the turret up and down, and you can spin it around 360 degrees. Plus, then you got to drive, and then you got to try to drive, control the turret, and turn at the same time. And for some reason, it's a control function in my head is probably the same thing, like why I can't play the drums. I can't like do my feet and my hands in two separate motions. So I have a hard time. Yeah, you can see like when I want to point the gun is kind of where I want to drive the vehicle. So for me, that's why jets are so great. Like, I don't know, it goes where you tell it to go. You know, there's not all these different axes that you have to worry about. Now, if you could like free look in planes, that would be totally different, and then I could probably get the hang of it, because that's just, I don't know, I'm just sort of accustomed to that. I don't want to say that's my skill set. That makes me sound very pompous about my jet flying as some sort of a professional, you know, Battlefield 3 jet pilot or something. But anyways, like I said, this is something different, and I like how I drove right past this guy and ran over his claymore. This is like, I was telling Fake Thriller, I was like, dude, he's right there! He's right there! I think he was looking somewhere else. But what I want to talk about is, what are you guys' feelings about post-patch now? We've had the patch for a while. I know I did a video and I was talking about my first impressions of the patch, but I think now that we've all had some stick time, what are you guys' first impressions, or not your first impressions, what are your impressions now about the patch? Were the guns that you love to use, are they completely nerfed? I know for me, I was just using the M249. It was my absolute favorite gun in the game. I've got, I think, 1,000 kills with it right now. Which, I mean, to some people that's not a lot, 'cause some guys put in like a lot of time into that game. But for me, I think I've got like something of 200 hours. It's my most used gun. I used to love that gun. I mean, that was like my on-target, fully automatic, hold down the trigger, shoot at things, and kill stuff, and suppress things. I think I'd have to look at Battlefield3stats.com, but I think I'm still listed like 1% in the world with shots fired per minute, because that's what I would do. I played as a support role. I would lay down covering fire. I would just shoot until I ran out of ammo. I mean, there was one time we were playing on Op Metro, and I don't know if it made it on, oh, look at this sneaky beaver right here. I don't know if it made it on the Golf Squad Chronicles or not, but there's that, when you're pushing the back all the way to the, I believe it's the A spawn, the one, anyways, the one that's outside, that conquest point. Well, on the right hand side where you've got the pictures and you come inside and you gotta go towards that the locker room area. Well, I was in the prone and I fired straight 200 bolts, just let them all fly. And Snoov and Fake Thriller and Veggie were kind of laughing, and they're just like, holy shit, man, he's suppressing the hell out of these guys. Anyone who came around the corner was gonna get, you know, bled just right into him. So I was quite upset to find out that the 249 it's got serious recoil. The foregrip doesn't seem to do anything, so I've switched from the foregrip. I've actually been using the red dot sight. I don't know what it is, but it seems like it reduces the recoil a little bit. Not sure why, how or why a red dot sight would reduce recoil. So I think I've got the bipod and the red dot sight. And I think it was Chris, Fake Thriller, was telling me that the foregrip actually increases the vertical lift on the gun now. Anyways. So I'm kind of interested to hear from you guys. What are your feelings about post-patch? Do you like where the game is now? Do you kind of wish there was a little bit of a happy medium between the old game and the new game? I know for me, flying-wise, I have so many glitches now that happen. What happens for me is I'll be flying along, and I'll get hit by a missile. And like, right as I get hit by a missile, I hear a missile indicator. So it's like, bam, beep, 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 beep. Like, what the freak? Or you hear missile indicators, you launch your flares, and you still get smashed in the ass by a missile. And you're just like, what's this all about? And they really increase the power of the missiles. So I mean, you take a hit from a missile, and you're done. You are like going down, unless you've got the extinguisher. You can go ahead and repair yourself in midair. Tanks wise, I don't really use tanks that much, so I can't really comment on them. I just know that now that I've got reactive armor, I stay alive a lot longer. Before that, I was kind of like, yeah, I get killed really fast. The guided shells too. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's something else. You can't shoot choppers with the guided shells. You can't lock onto them. If someone like spots them, then you can shoot them like a SOFLAM or something. So it's kind of frustrating. I think I have there's a footage in here of I think it was before the patch was over. Or no. It was the night that the patch came out. We golf squadded it up. We did a Golf Squad Chronicles sort of a night, and I shot down this chopper on North Shaw Canals. Boom! There you go. So I was like, ooh, tanks are gonna be fun, and they are. They're a lot of fun. You just need to like have that sort of, I don't know, coordination, I guess is the best word for it. And then shooting the gun and anticipating where people are going. Like I got a lot of main gun kills, which is nice. So there's a couple times where I wish I had the coaxial, you know, light machine gun, because it's nice. But that guided shell is just too nice to get rid of. So my next question for you guys is, for those of you guys who like playing in vehicles, what's your favorite vehicle? I know Snoov hates it when we go on vehicle maps and all of us are riding vehicles. You know, like Veggie and Chris are in the chopper. I'm in a jet, and Snoov is on the ground pounding it. He's just like, fuck you guys. So do you guys have a favorite vehicle? If so, what is it? Like I said, mine, jets. Hands down, jets. But besides jets, I love choppers. I'm okay with choppers, but if there's I don't know, there's just something about getting into this epic chopper battle. You really need a good gunner if you want to win one of those bad boys. But anyways, it's sort of like, what can you say? And what is your least favorite? For me, I would say the least favorite vehicle, oh my gosh. I actually like the transport. I was going to say the transport helicopters because they're kind of useless, but they're not. I mean, they're awesome mobile spawn points, and if you can be a decent pilot, like I said, I think of myself as sort of an average helicopter pilot, nothing spectacular. I can fly around stuff sometimes. I can look like I know what I'm doing, but sometimes I lose control and crash. But I think for me, my least favorite, and it's probably because I don't use it very much, is the Tunguska, that anti-aircraft, anti-air machine, sort of like a tankish. Well, anyways, it's anti-aircraft armored vehicle. Veggie loves that thing. Whenever we go and we're playing on North Shaw Canals, he's just like, we need to steal that. If we're on the offensive side, we need to steal that. That's like his mission when we play, is to steal it, because it's very powerful. I mean, now it's like overpowered. It's so hard to kill with a chopper, and it's hard to kill on the ground. And even with the blowtorch being reduced in its effectiveness in repairing things, it's still a pain in the ass to kill. So I don't know. So now that, you know, we've got the patch for a while, I don't know. I kind of think, the patch was good. I like what the patch has done. Oh, actually, you know what? I should talk about this. Besides, like, the playability stuff, because we all know about that. We all play. Here's what I'm really having a hard time with, and I think Chris mentioned he knows the solution. I hate jumping into the server browser, and you cannot find, like, a regular DICE server. So it's really hard to find games that are standard Battlefield 3 games. I know the Shooty Bang server is set up to be standard, you know, standard everything. It's got a, you know, changing playlist every now and again. Snoov will change it from TDM to Conquest to Rush or whatever. That's sort of his prerogative and whenever he wants to do that. But for the most part, it's set up, point system, everything is normal. Or, you know, normal as Battlefield 3 goes. But it's weird to get into those games that have like 800 tickets. You're like, what? 800 tickets? That's mind-boggling. Who wants to play for 800 tickets, you know? Even fighting over 250, 300 tickets can be a long battle. I mean, it could be a quick battle if you totally dominate. And maybe that's what some people want when they put those servers out there that have like 2,000 tickets. They're just expecting to just run over people if they're a good, you know, group of guys or whatever. But yeah, the one thing I just kind of wish is you can go quick match and find a regular ass server. You know, that's the only downside. For me, that's it. I still have yet to try out that anti-lacing. I don't know if you guys, now that it's been out for a while, has anybody checked it out, and is it worth it? Because I keep hearing that you lose a little quality, but it kind of like smooths everything out. But then again, like I said in the last commentary, I haven't even noticed. I haven't noticed that it feels jittery. So, I mean, I could be totally ignorant to this problem, and I could just have dealt with, you know. So, anyways, guys, this thing's about to wrap up. I'm a really shitty tank driver. Watch this. I have a hard time getting around this thing. I'm like running into it. And then if, you know what, if that was a real tank, it would have crinkled the shit out of that. Well, actually, would have moved, first of all. It's a gigantic Abrams with a freaking jet engine inside of it, pushing it around. So anyways, guys, this thing's wrapping up right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys later. If you guys want to see more, you can click on the video up in the right hand corner, and that is going to be the very first part of my European trip from this last December. And the second video in the lower left hand corner is a pitching tutorial for MLB 2012 The Show. And lastly, if you would like, you could always follow me on Twitter.